We are going to start with the chapter Solution of Triangle. In short, we call this thing as SOT. Now, I have seen that many of the students try to avoid this chapter because in this chapter we are having a lot of trigonometric formulae involving your triangle. So since there are too many formulae there, student has a general tendency to avoid this chapter. But one thing you must remember before avoiding this chapter or neglecting this chapter is that in IIT JEE like examination, there is no questions which will be from one chapter only. Maybe that you are solving a sum, you know 2 chapters, but you don't know the solution of triangle chapter. So what will happen? In between the sum, if some problem comes involving the triangle, so you won't be able to solve it. Though you know the other 2 chapters, actually the problem which is involved, I mean the question, the method which is involved in that 2 chapters, you have completed that because you know that chapter, but since you don't know this chapter, you won't be able to solve that problem. So that is why before having this wild dream of leaving this chapter, think twice. Don't leave this chapter, okay? Now you see, when we came in class 11, we have seen that there are too many formulae which were involved in your algebra as well as in trigonometry. In class 10 standard, we have learned only 3 formulae in trigonometry, right? So if we can cope up, if we can manage those problems, I mean the formulae in trigonometry as well as algebra as well as in calculus, so why not from this chapter? Maybe in the beginning you may face some problem remembering those formulae, but as you move forward, as you practice sums, this all formulae will stay in your mind. It will be engraved in your mind permanently. So don't get nervous and don't have this wild dream of leaving any chapter, not only solution of triangle, but any chapter. If you are really preparing, if you are serious about preparation of your IIT JEE. Is it clear to all of you? Now, solution of triangles, what is it? It is basically the relationship of the angles and the sides of a triangle. Let us say ABC be a triangle, right? Now in ABC, there are 6 things that we must know. One is the 3 sides as well as the 3 angles. The angles are A, B and C, and the sides opposite to angle A is denoted by small a, opposite to angle B is denoted by small b, and opposite to angle C is denoted by small c. So there are 3 sides A, B, C. Is it clear? So for a triangle there are 3 angles A, B, C, capital A, capital B, capital C, and 3 sides A, B, C, small a, small b, small c. These 6 are called 6 elements of a triangle. These are the 6 elements of a triangle. Now, solution of triangle actually helps us to find out these 6 elements. Is it clear to all of you? Now, before starting this chapter, I will just come to the very basic properties of triangle. The first property is, we all know, we have done this thing in very childhood. The sum of 3 angles of any triangle, the sum of the 3 angles of any triangle is 180 degree. Is it clear? Where angle A, B and C all are greater than 0. Is it clear? Now, ABC, what are ABC? These are the length of the sides. The length of the sides cannot be negative, so these are also greater than 0. Now you see, from here only we can derive 2 formulae. If A plus B plus C is 180 degree and if we take tan on both sides, what we are going to get? tan A plus B plus C is nothing but tan pi, which is nothing but 0. Now if we expand this thing using the formula tan A plus B plus C, it is nothing but tan A plus tan B plus tan C minus tan A tan B tan C divided by 1 minus tan A tan B. Can you remember the formula? Minus tan B tan C minus tan C tan A. Is it clear to all of you? Which is nothing but equals to 0. Now if we cross multiply, we are going to get tan A plus tan B plus tan C is always equals to tan A tan B tan C. Am I correct or not? So please remember this thing: for any triangle, tan A plus tan B plus tan C is always equals to tan A tan B tan C. Is it clear to all of you? Now see, this tan, if I convert this thing in terms of cot, what we are going to get? 1 by cot A plus 1 by cot B plus 1 by cot C, which is equals to 1 by cot A, cot B, cot C. Am I correct? This tan has been converted in terms of cot. So we are getting 1 by cot A plus 1 by cot B plus 1 by cot C equals to cot A, cot B, cot C from this formula itself. Now if I take the LCM in the left hand side, or if you multiply cot A, cot B, cot C in both sides, we are going to get what? Tell me fast. It's cot B, cot C plus cot C, cot A plus cot A, cot B, which is nothing but equals to 1. Is it clear? So from now onwards, we will remember that sigma cot A, cot B is nothing but 1 for any triangle. So for any triangle, tan A plus tan B plus tan C equals to tan A tan B tan C, as well as sigma cot A cot B is 1. What is sigma cot A cot B? It's basically cot A cot B plus cot B cot C plus cot C cot A equals to 1. So these two things we must remember. Is it clear? Till this it's clear? Now let us come for the second point. The second basic property is that sum of any two sides is always greater than the third side. That is, in this case, A plus B is greater than C, B plus C is greater than A, and C plus A is greater than B. Is it clear? So in any triangle, the sum of any two sides is always greater than the third side. Now if I give you that the length of three sides of a triangle are, say, 2, 3 and 4. The length of three sides of a triangle are 2, 3 and 4. Can you construct the triangle? No. Why? Because 2 plus 3 is always greater than, no, in this case, I'm sorry, in this case you can construct, because 2 plus 3 is greater than 4, right? The sum of two smaller sides, if it is greater than the third side, that is the largest side, then obviously if you take the other combinations, it will be definitely greater than the last side. Is it clear to all of you? So in this case, you can construct the triangle. But if I give you, say, 2, 3 and 5, can you construct this triangle? Can you construct the triangle whose three sides are 2, 3 and 5? In this case, you cannot. Why? Because the smaller two sides are 2 and 3, and if you add it, it is not greater than 5. What I told you, that the sum of any two sides must be greater than the third side. In this case, your 5 is not greater than 5. So in the second case, you won't be able to draw the triangle. Is it clear to all of you? Okay. So what we have learned, the second case, that the sum of any two sides is always greater than the third side. It is always advisable, it is always easy to check. If the sum of two smaller sides is greater than the largest side, then obviously the other combinations are also true. Okay. The third property, if the two sides of a triangle are A and B, if the two sides of a triangle are A and B, then the third side C always lies between mod of A minus B less than A plus B. Always remember this. A, B, C are the three sides of a triangle. So the third, if the two sides are A and B, then the third side C always lies between mod of A minus B less than A plus B. Is it clear? The third side always lies between mod of A minus B and A plus B. Is it clear? Let us take a problem based on this. If two sides of a triangle are 7 and 15, write it down. If two sides of a triangle are 7 and 15, then find the number of possible primes. Then find the number of possible primes the other side of the triangle can take. Find the number of possible primes the third side can take. If the two sides are 7 and 15. As we all know that the third side C, let us say this is your A and this is your B. Two sides are 7 and 15. So the third side will always lie between what? Tell me first. It's mod 7 minus 15 less than 7 plus 15. So the third side is lying between 8 and 22. Am I correct? 8 and 22. Now, what are the primes which are lying from 8 and 22? The primes are 11, 13, 17, 19. Is it clear? 11, 13, 17 and 19. So the third side C can take the value which are prime lying between 8 and 22 are 11, 13, 17 and 19. So there are 4 possible primes that the third side of the triangle can take when the two sides of the triangle are 7 and 15. Is it clear to all of you? Okay. Now let us come for the next property. Now the fourth property is, this all we have done in class 10 standard. I am just revising it. The fourth property is, please write it down, make a note of it. The angles opposite to the equal sides are equal. The angles opposite to the equal sides are equal. And the sides opposite to equal angles are equal. Is it clear? Absolutely. This is all you have done in class 10 standard. I am mentioning again. Okay. The next one is, in a triangle, the fifth property, in any triangle, if one side is produced, then the exterior angle, this is called exterior angle. The exterior angle so formed is always equals to the sum of the opposite two interior angles. That is, what I want to say is, if the side BC is produced till D, then angle ACD will be equals to angle ABC, that is this angle plus this angle, BAC. Is it clear? Therefore, the angle produced, the exterior angle is always equals to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. Two opposite interior angles. These are the opposite interior angles of this exterior angle. Is it clear to all of you? Okay. Now, the next property is, write it down. The next property is the angle, write it down. Sides opposite to the greatest angle is greatest. Sides opposite to the greatest angle is greatest. The side opposite to the greatest angle is greatest. That is, what I want to say is, if angle A is the greatest angle in the triangle ABC, then the side opposite to angle A will be greatest. Is it clear? You see, angle A is greatest, that is, it is greater than angle B as well as angle C. So angle A is the greatest. So the opposite side, that is small a, will be greater than all the sides. That is, the side will be the opposite side of the greatest angle will be greatest among all the sides together. Is it clear? As well as the vice versa. the angle opposite to the greatest side is also greatest. Please make a note of it. Sides opposite to greatest angle is greatest, and side opposite to the least angle is least. Obviously, because this is the side C, which is opposite to the angle C, and angle C is least among these three. So your side C will be least among these three sides. Is it clear? And at the same time you write down vice versa. Okay? Now the next property, the seventh property is the congruency. Two triangles can be congruent. You can use four methods by virtue of which you can prove that two triangles are congruent. What are those? Side congruency, angle side congruency, side angle side congruency, and RHS. What is RHS? The right angle, the hypotenuse, as well as any one side. The right angle, hypotenuse, and any one side. When they are equal, we will say that the two triangles are congruent. Okay. These are very basic properties we people have all done in class 10 standard. Okay. So now you please remember, I am giving you four identities which will be very, very important. I am giving you four identities which will be needed while solving problems. When A plus B plus C equals to 180 degree, that is in case of any triangle. The first one you remember, sine 2A plus sine 2B plus sine 2C will be equals to 4 sine A, sine B, sine C. This all you can prove. Okay, this all you can prove. These are all identities, you people have already done this. Okay, the next one is cos 2A plus cos 2B plus cos 2C will be equals to minus 1 minus 4 cos A, cos B, cos C. The third one is sin A plus sin B plus sin C will be equals to 4 cos A by 2, cos B by 2, cos C by 2. Is it clear? The fourth one is cos A plus cos B plus cos C, which is equals to 1 plus 4 sin A by 2, sin B by 2, sin C by 2. So these four identities, please try to, not try, you have to remember for solving problems easy. Is it clear to all of you? Now the ninth property is, any triangle can be broadly classified in two groups with respect to its sides and with respect to its angles. Is it clear? With respect to its sides, the triangle can be a scalene triangle, a isosceles triangle, or an equilateral triangle, right? With respect to its sides, triangle can be classified in three groups: scalene triangle, isosceles triangle, or an equilateral triangle. What is a scalene triangle? A triangle whose three sides are unequal. What is an isosceles triangle? The triangle whose two sides are equal. And what about the equilateral triangle? All sides are equal. Now, with respect to its angle, a triangle can be classified as an acute angle triangle or a right angle triangle or an obtuse angle triangle. Is it clear? What is an acute angle triangle? In a triangle whose all angles are less than 90 degrees. Right angle triangle whose one angle of the triangle is 90 degrees. And what about obtuse? Any one of the angles of a triangle is more than 90 degrees. Now suppose if we say that ABC are the three sides of the triangle and C is the largest side. Let us say C is the largest side among the three sides ABC. Then if A square plus B square is equals to C square, then we will say that the triangle is a right angle triangle. Is it clear? A square plus B square equals to C square, the triangle will be a right angle triangle. If A square plus B square is greater than C square, then it will be an acute angle triangle. If A square plus B square is greater than C square, then it will be an acute angle triangle. And for an obtuse angle triangle, it will be A square plus B square is less than C square. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear? ABC are the three sides of the triangle where C is the largest side. If A square plus B square equals to C square, then it will be a right angle triangle. If A square plus B square is greater than C square, then it will be an acute angle triangle. And if A square plus B square is less than C square, then it will be an obtuse angle triangle. Is it clear to all of you? So these are the basic properties you must remember before going for solution of triangles. Is it clear to all of you?